came 6 years ago right here at Williams Arena with Minnesota winning by 15. And it will be interesting to see how these Gophers start the game. Minnesota back on this floor less than 48 hours after taking a gut punch on Thursday when they coughed up a 20-point second-half lead to lose to Missouri by 2. Hoping for a quick reset here today.
Lead. And they played extremely well the first 30 minutes of the game on both ends of the floor. And so I think you have to remember what got you that lead, but flush out that last 8 to 10 minutes.
Eight to shoot. Here is Garcia. Gonna have to hoist it up. And the hook will fall to open the game.
Max was right shoulder for the left-hand hook.
He's the Big Ten Player of the Week from a week ago and had 16 and 9 in the loss to Missouri here on Thursday. Upstate getting it inside to Ahmir Langlais. Going to be a focus for them offensively. They believe that he can do some damage down in the paint, even though they primarily rely on three-point shooting for the bulk of their scoring. Down in the paint, even though they primarily rely on three-point shooting for the bulk of their scoring.
This is what you're going to see, a lot of open ball screens for Broadnax and Bailey to create plays.
Justin Bailey.
Bailey to create plays.
Justin Bailey. This is a team that is top 20 in the nation from three-point range. They've hit at least 9 threes in the last 3 games. Now Garcia backing down. Double team comes. And he let it go out.
A lot of times big men that have the ball can read that and kick the ball out, but the help came a little bit late, which is good on that particular possession.
USC Upstate coming in after a quality win on Wednesday. They beat East Carolina on the road and put 5 players in double figures. Shot clock down to 5. Broadnax tried to get it off the glass. Shot clock down to 5. Broadnax tried to get it off the glass himself. And they're still looking to get on the board over 2 minutes in. Joshua Ola-Joseph. A scoop high off the window.
Playing off of 2 feet, understanding the help side is not coming, stepping around the defense, getting the easy 2.
Good cut. Bailey showing some
turnovers. They averaged 11 steals per game. This is a Minnesota team that doesn't do a great job of taking care of the ball, so I want to be able to force turnovers, make their guards uncomfortable, then get out in transition and get some easy ones.
Ola-Joseph driving, had it blocked. From Eastern Florida State College, coming off a 12-point performance on Wednesday. That's just a 2.
Their ball handlers going downhill. If you're Minnesota, you have to fight through all those screens and then square up so that they can attack downhill.
One thing that Upstate head coach Dave Dickerson told us yesterday, they want to go either early or late in the shot clock as Al's connect.
And it could be hard to defend. You have to really talk through all those actions and be up on the shooters.
The 3 ball is the primary strength of this Spartan squad. 8 different players have hit at least 1 3 so far already this season. Shot clock down to 5. Ola-Joseph against 2 defenders. Rebounded by Garcia. Shot clock down to 5. Ola-Joseph against 2 defenders. Rebounded by Garcia. Really going, and that is the primary fear of Upstate head coach Dave Dickerson. He knows they have a size disadvantage, and typically this is a squad that does get beaten on the boards. The 3 won't fall for Broadnax, but he got his own rebound on the boards. The 3 won't fall for Broadnax, but he got his own rebound. Now Bailey on the drive. And a turnover from the southern part of the state down near Charleston. Was a player at Maryland and then later was the assistant coach there when they won their first national title in 2002. And he said, coming here to Upstate, he wants to finally be the coach that gets them over the hurdle and into their very first NCAA tournament. They've never been there, and he hopes he's the man to do it. NCAA tournament. They've never been there, and he hopes he's the man to do it. They get a turnover here, and now on the run. Broadnax strong on the finish, got another crack at it, and then Garcia swoops in for the rebound. Turnover here, and now on the run. Broadnax strong on the finish, got another crack at it, and then Garcia swoops in for the rebound. Now on the run. Broadnax strong on the finish, got another crack at it, and then Garcia swoops in for the rebound. Minnesota out-rebounding Upstate 7-1 in the early going. Christie misses on the three.
Love that shot from Christie. You just checked into the game. Try to get an easy one first before pulling up for a three in transition.
Bailey, he charged with 14.5 minutes left to go.
Minnesota is trying to get through a lot of those dribble handoffs. If you do elect to not switch, we see Mitchell turn the ball in and the other defender, and that allowed Bailey to get the open look.
4 turnovers already for this Minnesota team, which has been plagued by them this season. That's their biggest liability by far. Langlais.
A little bit late on the rotation there for the pick and roll. If you're going to be in the hard heads, you got to have that rotation set before the catch.
First lead of the game for the Spartans. Braden Carrington. Braden Carrington. Bailey pushing the pace, pulls up from long range, and now 3. And Upstate all of a sudden racing out to a 5-point lead here.
You can see the confidence oozing out of Bailey. That's how you know a player is confident. When they just come down, feet set, ready to pull up in transition, you got to stay connected and locked in on him.
Braden Carrington. That's back-to-back misses from downtown.
Got to stay connected and locked in on him.
Braden Carrington. That's back-to-back misses from downtown for the sophomore from Brooklyn Park, Minnesota.
Now 1 of 11 on the year from three-point line is Carrington. That's what he's
career high, 19 points in the win at East Carolina on Wednesday. Second leading scorer on this Spartan squad. Parker Fox, who just came into the game. Sets the screen, and now Mike Mitchell. A very aggressive Spartan defensive posture. And Parker Fox may have gotten away with a try.
Just standing in the corner, seeing Christie driving to the basket, making that cut and getting the dunk.
Bailey, the hottest player offensively. This time had nowhere to go. Now Jordan Surratt around Fox. Big Jordan Surratt around Fox. Big rebound by Pharrell Payne, the sophomore from Cottage Grove, Minnesota. Payne underneath, and he'll head to the line for our... Missed 1 game earlier this season because of a foot injury. Now coming back on a minutes restriction. One of 8 players from the state of Minnesota on this Golden Gopher roster. Jalen Brazil against Hawkins. Will force it up with 2 on the shot clock. Against Hawkins. Will force it up with 2 on the shot clock, and that is not the effort they wanted. Elijah Hawkins sizes up a 3. 2-point ball game. Under 12 to go. First half from here in the Twin Cities. Now George Ochoa, who just checked into the basket. It's the 4th 3 already here in the first half of the first half for the visitors.
And what makes it so tough is there's so many three-point threats for USC Upstate. Payne has a nice drive. Challenging to know if you need to stay with the ball handler or get back to your man.
Talking to both coaches, they felt like if Upstate was hitting threes in the early going, that would give them the confidence to hang around and really stay in this ball game and have a chance going into the second half. Good no-look pass to Ochoa against Payne, who blocks him. Yeah, Bailey, a member of the Big South All-Freshman team last year, played every game as a freshman for Upstate. And the Spartans with the three-point advantage at the midpoint of this opening frame. Wild shot, but it's senior, played Division II basketball in South Dakota, was a D2 All-American, but missed 2 years because of injuries. And that's a turnover for the Spartans.
Not like football where you have to sulk for a week. You get another opportunity within a couple days, and did a good job playing with energy thus far.
Here is Pharrell Payne, net at the rim.
Energy thus far.
Here is Pharrell Payne, net at the rim. Ayetza, his first attempt from the field. And the leading three-point shooter in the big. Ayetza, his first attempt from the field. And the leading three-point shooter in the Big South Conference. Broadnax has an opening, but he is blocked.
He's going vertical and not picking up the foul.
Pharrell Payne led this team in block shots last year as a true freshman. Fox against the double team, makes the smart pass.
State is doubling from the baseline. And so as you spin, you have to be ready. Fox doing a good job of being aware of that and finding Payne for the dunk.
Broadnax was stripped. Oh, that's a tough. Elijah Hawkins.
Coach Dickerson must have implemented into this offense and it's paid dividends for them early on this year.
Minnesota, though, a much bigger team than Upstate. How do you counter that when you just have that size disadvantage?
Yeah, I think it's just a matter of playing to your strengths. Once again, I mean, you have the athleticism advantage on a lot of positions. Yeah, I think it's just a matter of playing to your strengths. Once again, I mean, you have the athleticism advantage on a lot of positions. And, you know, as long as your bigs are comfortable and are okay with just being rim runners and knowing that they might not get as many touches in the paint, you can still help your team pay with just being rim runners and knowing that they might not get as many touches in the paint. You can still help your team win.
Cam Christie. He's 0 for 2 from the field. Cam Christie. He's 0 for 2 from the field. Broadnax finding Jordan Surratt, and he travels.
He's a great guy overall. I mean, just talking to him, highly intelligent, gives his players a ton of confidence. And, you know, just love the pieces that he's added in recruiting to this team. He has a very talented group.
Hawkins scooping it up. Team all-conference at Howard as well, was a conference rookie of the year. Coming out of the powerhouse DeMatha High School near our nation's capital. Langlais got too far. Langlais got too far underneath. Still looking for their first three, and it finally comes from the freshman from just outside of Chicago.
Talking to Coach Johnson before the game, one of the things that he emphasized is how many three-pointers can they get off of ball reversals where the ball touches most of the sides of the floor.
And Christie
in the Big Ten, very versatile, very skilled, can shoot the basketball. For any freshman, it takes time to understand the pace and tempo of the game, especially on the offensive end, and find your rhythm within the flow of the offense.
Half a dozen minutes left to go. 7 to shoot. And with the horn about to sound.
In the beginning, beginning of that possession with Hawkins getting the ball out of his hands on that initial ball screen on the right wing. That put Upstate in rotation, allowed for Carrington to get the easy deuce on the dribble drive.
Ahmir Langlais, spinning Garcia.
Creating some separation to go over that left shoulder and get the hook.
Langlais, a redshirt senior from Atlanta and a transfer from Western Carolina. That is Isaiah, but that was his first attempt from downtown here today. Also second in the Big Ten Conference from three-point range. Broadnax the miss. And Garcia pulls it in conference from three-point range. Broadnax the miss. And Garcia pulls it away. Oh, that's a terrific look.
And this year only at 2. He should be a guy that's at 6 or 7 rebounds per game with his athleticism, especially hitting the offensive glass.
4-point lead. Just over 4 to go here in the first half. Broadnax got back door. And he's fouled. Minnesota looking to extend the advantage. The floater won't go down for Hawkins. Minnesota looking to extend the advantage. The floater won't go down for Hawkins. Justin Bailey hit those quick three-point baskets early. He's been quiet in the last 10 minutes, though.
And it's been Hawkins' defense on him in the ball pressure.
Floyd Rideau.
Defense on him in the ball pressure.
Floyd Rideau. Denied by Langlais. Bodies on the deck. And a foul is called against Minnesota. Practicing here at Williams Arena last evening. Headed back to the hotel. Their bus broke down. They had to walk the last 5 blocks.
Oh, these kids are young. They wasn't anything for them.
I told the coach, I said, hey, at least it's not January. The miss by Minnesota trying to extend this tenuous advantage here, closing in on the final 3 minutes of this first half. Dawson Garcia. And he gets the basket over Miguel Ayesa, the grad student from Madrid.
Because Upstate is denying the wings and making reversals hard, that opens up the lane for dribble drive. And Garcia doing a good job of taking his time, finishing over that right shoulder.
For Minnesota now, 22 of their 29 points have come from in the paint.
Right now, but because of the fact that they trapped the post and they're going to continue to trap Garcia, there's going to be three-point opportunities, and feel confident Minnesota's going to knock them down.
Now, right now, it hasn't caught from three-point land.
The great thing is, as a player, you don't know those numbers. You got to have a next play mentality. Even if you miss the last 16, as Minnesota has done, the next one is going in. That is the mindset as a shooter.
Stolen. Stolen by Hawkins. Leader in steals on the
opportunities for you to shoot the gaps like that and not make things easy where you can just comfortably come off of stuff and create. And Hawkins on that previous possession doing a good job of jumping the gap. The challenge of slowing down Bailey. Bailey had 8 quick points, hasn't scored since. And is doing a good job of both ends of controlling the tempo and pace of the game.
Payne cross court, but too tall for
to engage the defense, allow the double team to come, and then make that kick out pass.
Scoreless drought is up to 3 minutes for the Spartans. Defense has dialed up for Minnesota. And the 3 ball. Defense has dialed up for Minnesota. And the 3 ball, which they are so good at, has gone dry for USC Upstate. Winding our way towards the final minute. Garcia, too strong on the hook. Dawson Garcia leading Minnesota in scoring with 8. Justin Bailey, high man for the game with 11. As he brings USC Upstate back to within 4 in the final minute of this first half of play.
If you're Minnesota here, keep beating that ball down low. Try to get those double teams to come, spray the ball out, and you're going to get open looks on the perimeter.
They'll take the shot clock all the way down here. And then Hawkins splits defenders. Now with the shot clock off, Upstate can run it down if they choose. Here is Langlais. He drops it in over Pharrell Payne. Hawkins at the buzzer. Almost got it to go. But seconds of a 3-game road trip. They're playing 5 of their first 6 away from home, which is a town called Valley Falls, South Carolina, about 6 miles northwest of Spartanburg. They call it the Upstate. It is the western part of South Carolina, about midway between Atlanta and Trey Broadnax, who ties the score here in the first possession of the second half.
You must have heard me saying that Minnesota did a good job of him in the first half, being aggressive early.
This is Elijah Hawkins. And he'll get a pair.
Because that's how you can get easy buckets if that 3 ball's not falling.
There were walk-ons getting significant playing time from Minnesota last year. The injuries and so much roster turmoil made it a very difficult season, a real grind for the Golden Gophers. But they've got the talent and they've got a difficult season, a real grind for the Golden Gophers. But they've got the talent and they've got the health all on point here to start this new season. Here is Dawson Garcia. Just barely grazed the rim. Here is Dawson Garcia. Just barely grazed the rim. Or the leading scorer on this Minnesota squad. Also high man for them on the game with 8 points on 4 of 7 shooting from the field. And USC up 8 points on 4 of 7 shooting from the field. And USC Upstate started hot from 3-point range at the beginning of the game, but they have gone cold. They were 3 of their first 4 from downtown and now 1 of their last 7. Good ball movement. And Garcia. Short on the 3. And they won't get enough. Good ball movement. And Garcia. Short on the 3. And they won't get another bite at it. Nick Alves. That'll be off Garcia. USC Upstate has forced 14 or more turnovers in every game so far this season. Minnesota had 8 in the first half. That'll be a key going forward in the second half as well.
Other guys can attack closeouts. When you try to do too much, especially against a team that can really turn you over and that's good at stealing the ball, it puts you at a vulnerable position on the offensive end.
So Ola Joseph, with those 3 fouls, is out. Mike Mitchell, the junior from San Jose, California, has checked in. A guy who played every game the last 2 years at Pepperdine before transferring here to Minnesota. 5 to shoot. Bailey, blocked by Enid. Shoot. Bailey, blocked by Enid. And then a foul called. Seeing the ball after the flagrant 1. And Minnesota now by 3 with almost 3 minutes gone by here in the second half. Hawkins against Broadnax. Hit the side of the...
One way to create some opportunities if you're Broadnax getting to that low block.
Alves into Ahmir Langlais. Trying to back down Garcia. That's a powerful from Carolina, shooting it 54% from the field this season.
I don't know if that's intentional, but I always love is see Lane. I don't know if that's intentional, but I always love is see Lane get the steal. I always love to attack the highest usage rate on the offensive player end is Broadnax off the turnover. I always love attacking a guy like Garcia who's getting a lot of possessions because their legs are tired. They don't truly want to guard every possession.
Back to a 1-point game. Corner three from Mitchell. That's his Mitchell, who started every game at Pepperdine the last 2 years, was second in the West Coast Conference in scoring, a San Francisco area high school player of the year back in his high school days as well. A rare three that time as well for Minnesota as Broadnax comes back.
Broadnax on that left block and operate against Carrington.
Now USC Upstate with 3 players in double figures. Bailey, Broadnax, and Langlais.
Resting his game as we see now the longer, taller Cam Christie is switched on to him of playing in that low block. So we'll see if he continues to play down there.
Langlais. Jordan Surratt. 5 to shoot. Alves has to get it up.
Good job there by Ola Joseph on staying down all those fakes, especially since he has 3 fouls.
Garcia finds Payne down low. Langlais held his ground. And that's going to be a foul on Belter on a minutes restriction here for the next few weeks.
And he's done so much in his minutes. He's averaging 7 points per game, 10 minutes per game, shooting 63% from 3.
Yes, sir. 3-point percentage, 50% from 3-point range, but he's 0 for 2 from downtown so far this afternoon. Good so far this afternoon. Good defensive play by Langlais. And a blocking foul. Four-point lead. Just south of 14 to go. Christie cutting back door. The 14 to go. Christie cutting back door. And now out and running. Ayesa. Grad student from Madrid coming off a 14-point performance in the win at East Carolina on Wednesday. Now Mike Mitchell, his second trip.
By Mitchell, understanding that your defender goes underneath the screen. Big man is not present because they're worried about Payne and Garcia and knocking down the pull-up jumper.
Mitchell, a very good three-point shooter. Shot almost 50% from three-point range in his 2 years at Pepperdine. Now Surratt has it blocked on 2 occasions in his 2 years at Pepperdine. Now Surratt has it blocked on 2 occasions in his 2 years at Pepperdine. Now Surratt has it blocked on 2 occasions by 2 different players. Ola Joseph. He had it blocked by Langlais. Ola Joseph. He had it blocked by Langlais. And here is Bailey. Not only go back-to-back, but do it on the road here at a Big Ten school like Minnesota that has such a stacked roster this season.
This is a composed Upstate team, and in that East Carolina game, they were down 7 in the second half and stuck with it as Payne getting a nice. They're not going to go away. This is not a team that's easy to blow out, and you felt like a couple times throughout the course of this game that there's been moments where Minnesota's going to make a run and Upstate has an answer.
Believe it or not, those were the first points in the paint in the second half for Minnesota, with Payne laying it in. They dominated points in the paint back in the first half. 5 on the shot clock here. Langlais coming up short. And that is...
You're playing against bigger athletes. How to initiate the offense and get it into your stuff smoothly.
Cam Christie, who has it now, had 18 points in his college debut last week. Backing up your point about his game against Missouri, was 0 for 4 against the Tigers on Thursday. So it's part of that process of finding the rhythm, the groove, and the consistency for a young player.
I love the defensive intensity from Minnesota right now. All guys are engaged, locked in, and connected.
Shot clock at 6. Corner 3. Rebound to Payne. Shot clock at 6. Corner 3. Rebound to Payne. Fox open on the blocks. Sizing up the 3. Teams such as Minnesota could put the hammer down and blow you out. Good timeout taken by head coach Dave Dickerson. Now, how do they get the momentum back? How do they keep it close from here?
I think you got to get Broadnax in the post again, or just get the ball into his hands and let him operate.
6 to shoot. Here is Broadnax. This is just about everything. Here is Broadnax. This is just about everything on that 3 ball. Finding an open Ola Joseph, who runs the baseline.
Good rotations there by Upstate out of the double team in the post.
Midway through this second half. Shot clock at 3. Mitchell stuffed. Midway through this second half. Shot clock at 3. Mitchell stuffed. Good defensive possession. That time by Upstate, and it is Broadnax taking it all the way.
Christie, great finish there.
Trey Broadnax averaging 14 per game, had a career high 20 at East Carolina on Wednesday. Christie can't connect. Al high 20 at East Carolina on Wednesday. Christie can't connect. Al's the rebound. The Spartans trying to chip away.
They'll get you their dribble weave action here.
Al's.
Weave action here.
Al's. Oh, wide open, Ola Joseph.
I love how Minnesota has continued to keep the tempo going. A lot of times when you have those leads late, you slow down the tempo, but they continue to put their foot on the gas offensively.
Lead back to double digits. And Alves is stripped. Numbers for Minnesota. Mitchell for his 4th 3 of the second half, but instead his first. Mitchell for his 4th 3 of the second half, but instead his first miss. What kind of tempo do you want if you're the Spartans?
I think you have to play a little bit fast, but you got to get stops. That's the key.
Here's Broadnax. He's missed back-to-back 3-point shots.
And Steve, he was here 2 hours and 30 minutes before tip-off, getting extra shots up. And I'm always a believer, if you put in the extra work, it will show up in the games.
Sarat rattles it home.
And they're getting to a pick-and-pop action with Payne guarding him on the pop.
That foul was on Justin Bailey, his 3rd. Nobody in real foul trouble for either team as Fox the injuries, but after a Division II career that was very productive in South Dakota, he's found a home here back near where he grew up. Very productive in South Dakota. He's found a home here back near where he grew up. Leading the charge here, finding Christie. Now Fox with some room on the baseline. Ola Joseph. And the 3. Fruitful outing from the stripe for Minnesota collectively. 11 of 14 from the free throw line today. blocked by Payne. His fourth block of the day. Langlais lays it up. Players for Upstate in double figures now on the afternoon. Still nobody in double digits for Minnesota, but they have the 9-point lead. Christie creates the open three, but it pops out. Christie creates the open three, but it pops out. Closing in on the final six. Broadnax goes around Mitchell, blocked from behind though by Parker. Broadnax goes around Mitchell, blocked from behind though by Parker Fox. Mitchell wide open, staring down the three, and Ola Joseph is going to be called for. Garcia all over Langlais. Bailey trying to get it back to
wing. They're driving close so they get the stop.
Dawson Garcia, the leading scorer on the. Dawson Garcia, the leading scorer on the season for this Minnesota squad, but only 2 points in the second half. However, his defense has not let up. He's still very engaged on that end of the floor.
And if your leader is engaged on the defensive end, that sets an example for the rest of the group.
Bailey on the miss. He's leading. Nick Alves goes to the bench for Upstate. 8-point game, 5 minutes left to play. Braden Carrington, the former Mr. Basketball in the state of Minnesota. Isaiah Eden. Garcia swiped at it, and it's over to.
Those are the shots you want.
Ayesa, finally point shooter, Miguel Ayesa, with his first here this afternoon. And it's a 6-0 run for the Spartans. Garcia pulls up. Second up. Garcia pulls up. Second opportunity. Hawkins staring down the three. Second opportunity. Hawkins staring down the three. And now Broadnax ahead to Bailey. 5-point game. They trail by double digits at 1 point. They trail by double digits at 1 point. Under 4. And Isaiah Eden.
Kind of a grinded out game. Your team needs you to be a defender and to be a leader.
Bailey launches the three. Mitchell the rebound for Minnesota. Bailey launches the three. Mitchell the rebound for Minnesota. They didn't have numbers, so he wisely slowed the tempo. 3.5 to go. Here is Garcia. Carrington the rebound. Hard fall, and he is Garcia. Carrington the rebound. Hard fall, and he has lost the game-high score.
Absolutely.
Now Broadnax got trapped under.
Absolutely.
Now Broadnax got trapped underneath. Hawkins ahead to Carrington. And Bailey the rebound. Hawkins ahead to Carrington. And Bailey the rebound. 3 minutes to go. They have to start to hurry. Surratt. And he was 4 from the free throw line this afternoon for the Spartans. Trailing by 9. And time is not on their side. Minnesota spreading the floor.
They're going to run this ball screen, this two-man action. USC Upstate keeping the ball on the side.
Mitchell sizes up the three. Now Mitchell sizes up the three. Now a corner three ball coming up short from Brady. Now a corner three ball coming up short from Braden Carrington. Broadnecks looking for a quick score. And the clock will... Broadnecks gets 1 of 2. Trailing by 8, though. One thing that has not been as pronounced in the second half, the turnovers that Minnesota committed in the first half, they've cleaned those up. And USC Upstate, a team known for forcing turnovers, hasn't been able to procure a lot of those steals that are part of their signature. Garcia lost the handle, got it back. 20 minutes south of here. Started his college career at Marquette, then went to North Carolina before returning home here to Minneapolis. He's now in double figures, the first player for the Gophers to get to that mark on the day offensively. Miguel Ayesa missing it here in this second half.
That's winning basketball right there. Keeping the ball in front through all the dribble drive, all the handoffs, and getting contested at the end to finish off the possession.
Coming up on the final minute of play. The lead is 11. 5 to shoot. Eden on the miss. 5 to shoot. Eden on the miss. Ayesa again pulls the trigger on the three. Ayesa again pulls the trigger on the three. Isaiah Eden realizes they don't have to go quick. Under a minute to go. Double-digit lead. And the Gopher fans here at Williams Arena now exhaling for the first time this afternoon as they are about to close out what would be their third victory of the young season. Taking the shot clock all the way down, and Garcia. Way down, and Garcia jars it from three-point range, and now their largest lead of the day coming here at the end. Langlais taking it back up. Now their largest lead of the day coming here at the end. Langlais taking it back up. Now their largest lead of the day coming here at the end. Langlais taking it back up. Now their largest lead of the day coming here at the end. Langlais taking it back up. And now the final seconds from here at Williams Arena.